Hanneghan, welcome to Whitehaven. You're going to make the move to West Cumbria for 2024 from down under. You've signed a 12-month deal, I believe, to come over and play in the Championship next season for Whitehaven. What do you know about the club? What have you been told? You know, what's the ambition for yourself for next season?
The first thing I was told is just it's a really family orientated club, which kind of makes me feel very welcome. Coming over there with my missus makes it a bit easier, a bit more comforting. And yeah, I've spoken to Jonty and the boys there, and yeah, it seems very family orientated. So keen to get over there, and then obviously being in the championship, it's good quality football. Just excited to get over there and just start something new. To be honest, just a bit of change, and I can't wait.
So tell sort of the fans the sort of the rugby you've played back home. What sort of the story back home? What sort of standard? What sort of competitions have you played in?
So I've played for Wyong Roos my whole life. Started when I was 6 or 7. And just like to date, I've played for Wyong. And I've played for a couple of representative teams in the area that where we play on the Central Coast. Played the under 16s and under 18s rep teams and stuff like that. But it's good quality football, good quality footy. I feel like it's very similar to the championship, but just trying to test myself at higher levels and trying to kind of get my name out there a bit. So
you mentioned obviously there's that sort of so many different levels to rugby to footy back home. Obviously, you know, obviously we always see the NRL over here, and then there's like the Queensland Cup with it, you know, the New South Wales Cup. There's that many sort of different levels to rugby, so it's sometimes a bit difficult for us as the UK to work out what sort of standard is what. But as you mentioned, you played for the Wyong Roos. You're liking it. It's very similar to Championship rugby. What sort of conversations have you had with, you know, whether it be with Jonty or anyone else that you know that's maybe played over here about the standard of the Championship?
All I've really heard is that it is high quality, and the standard is very high. It's like obviously everyone wants to be playing at the highest standard they can, but it's been likened to New South Wales, like the reserve grade of NRL. NRL similar style to the Super League over there, but it's obviously a very high standard, and I guess players over here still see the competitions over there and want to test themselves as much as they can. So that's one thing that I was looking forward to, is just kind of test myself as much as I can. And I feel like I've played in the competition that I've been playing in the last few years, and just want to try and push myself a bit more. And I feel like it's a challenge and also a good opportunity for me to try and get myself out there, coming over to the UK and having a crack over there.
You mentioned coming over to the UK. Obviously, it's, you know, we've had quite a few Australians in the squad, as we always have done in the last few seasons. What is the sort of challenge of coming to the UK? Is it just a different way? Is it just a different way of life? Is it just a different lifestyle? Because let's be honest, Lachy, it's not the weather.
Well, it is probably a major thing, is the weather. It would be a lot different. Obviously, the winter over there is a lot more brutal than the winter over here. It's when you're training and stuff, you don't necessarily need a jumper in Australia in winter. But yeah, there's also just the things of like you said, the way of life, the lifestyle of working a different job, or say like working a casual life, all the travel and stuff to and from games. Say if we were to go to Toulouse or London and stuff like that, you've got a full day travel and stuff like that. Whereas the competitions we play over here, we've got certain group areas, so like there's less travel involved, but that's another kind of challenge that you've got, is the traveling away and getting that extra effort, I guess, is like into the games and preparation and stuff like that, which is like another opportunity that I'd kind of like to put myself through.
And any of your mates or any sort of locals to yourself come over and played in the Championship? Anyone that we may know about?
So I played against Lachlan Walmsley, who obviously played at Whitehaven. He's gone to Halifax now. I've spoken with him a bit before coming over, but I played against him for a couple of years in the Newcastle comp before he moved over there. I'm not sure of any, like, no one really comes to mind that I've played against that I know of in the comp. But like obviously I know a fair few play like NRL players, and I can honestly see the standard that they've set and how they've gone from highs to lows and stuff like that. So it sets a good example, I guess.
And you know, you mentioned it. We mentioned at the start. You know, sort of you've been told that Whitehaven's a family club, and I'm sure the Chocolate Blue and Gold Army can't wait to welcome you when you do make the journey. But we've spoken to a couple of the others. We've spoken to Johnny Romeo, who's played in the Championship this season for Swinton, and he's mentioned one of the big differences between sort of playing in Australia, playing back home, and playing in the UK is the fans. You know, we've got a dedicated bunch of fans at Whitehaven who sort of make the journey anyway. So you mentioned the big difference is sort of the fans and the backing that they give you. I suppose that'll be a major factor as well, playing in front of some dedicated fans and finding what the UK fan culture's like as well.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. That's another thing that I'm like, yeah, I'm very excited to kind of experience that. It's obviously like we get a fair few people at our games over here, but I don't think it compares to what you guys get over there. They're a lot more passionate and they kind of get into it a bit more. So it'd be good to run out there and just to experience it. And yeah, like I said, I can't wait. It's going to be a good opportunity.
And when can we expect to see you land in the UK? What's the plans? Normally, the Australians give it sort of Christmas back home and try and get themselves here for New Year. Is that the same timeline?
Yeah, so my dad is actually from Liverpool, and I've got family over there. So I'm flying over there early December. I'm going to do a bit of training and pre-season with the boys for a few weeks, and then I've spoken to Jonty, but he's happy for me to head down. I'm just going to head down and spend Christmas and New Year's with the family down in Liverpool, and then yeah, hopefully after that get back into training and hit the ground running from the get go, I guess.